What if I told you that you could build a $50,000 a year income stream for less than the cost of your monthly Netflix subscription? I know, it sounds a little nuts, but we've seen a handful of regular people do exactly that. These folks didn't win the lottery, they didn't get some massive inheritance, and they definitely weren't high-flying Wall Street traders. They were average people, just like you and me. And in this video, we're going to break down their exact step-by-step playbook. Now, this isn't some get-rich-quick fantasy. This is about getting rich smart, and it all starts with just $5. The before picture. Let's be real. For most of us, the idea of building any kind of serious wealth feels like a distant fantasy. We're stuck in that classic cycle: work, earn, pay the bills, and repeat. It's easy to feel like you're constantly playing financial catch-up, and that you need a huge salary or a lucky break to ever get ahead. The average Joes we're talking about today were in that exact spot. They had 9-to-5 jobs, surprise car repairs, and were wondering how they'd ever save for a down payment, let alone think about retiring. They'd see headlines about stock market millionaires and tech geniuses and think, good for them, but that's a different planet. They were convinced that to make real money, you needed to have real money. The thought of turning a few bucks into a life-changing income just seemed impossible. They were trapped in a scarcity mindset, focused on what they couldn't do with their money, instead of what it could do, no matter how small the amount. They were consumers, not owners. And that one little shift in thinking is what kept them stuck on the financial treadmill. The turning point. For every single one of them, there was an aha moment. It wasn't finding a winning lottery ticket. It was a realization, a complete shift in how they saw money. The big turning point was discovering that the key to building wealth isn't about how much you invest, but how consistent you are. They stumbled upon a powerful truth that the wealthy have understood for generations. Small, automatic actions, repeated over and over, build unstoppable momentum. They learned that a system builds fortunes, not a single lucky event. So they stopped searching for that one big break and started focusing on the small daily steps they could actually control. That was the spark. They decided to stop being spectators in their own financial lives and get in the game. They did it with a 3-part roadmap that anyone, and I mean anyone, can follow. The roadmap. Step 1. The automatic investor system. The very first thing they did was put the magic of compound growth to work for them, even on a tiny scale. They set up what I call the automatic investor system, and it starts with micro-investing. Think about it. We all subscribe to things for $5 or $10 a month without blinking. They just took that same idea and pointed it at their future. They used modern investment apps that let you start with as little as $1. Platforms like Acorns or SoFi make it ridiculously easy to set up automatic, recurring investments. Some even round up your spare change from daily purchases and invest it for you. They started by automatically depositing just $5 a month into a low-cost S&P 500 index fund. An S&P 500 fund is basically a basket holding tiny pieces of the 500 biggest companies in America. It's a simple, diversified way to own a piece of the market. Historically, the S&P 500 has delivered an average annual return of around 10% over the long haul, though of course, past results are no guarantee for the future. Now, is $5 a month going to make you rich overnight? No, absolutely not. But that's not the goal here. The goal is to build the habit. It's about creating a system that works for you 24/7 in the background. Automating it takes all the emotion and second guessing out of the equation. You set it and forget it. This tiny, consistent investment is the seed for everything that follows. It fundamentally changes your identity from a spender to an investor. This is the foundation, but it's just first gear. To really hit the accelerator, you need to add some serious fuel. And that brings us to the most important step. The roadmap. Step 2. The profit engine. Okay, here's where the journey to $50,000 a year kicks into overdrive. The $5 a month investment is the spark, but a side hustle is the gasoline. Our average Joes realized their most powerful asset wasn't their money, it was their time, specifically the time outside their day job. They turned their 5 to 9 into a profit engine. They didn't launch some complex business that needed a ton of cash. They started side hustles that could be launched with almost nothing. The opportunities for this today are practically endless. One person we saw started offering freelance writing services on sites like Upwork using skills they learned for free on YouTube. Another launched a print-on-demand t-shirt business using services like Printful. With print-on-demand, you only make the product after someone buys it, which means you have zero upfront inventory costs. We've seen incredible stories of people succeeding with this. For example, Cassie Johnson started a print-on-demand Etsy shop and has generated hundreds of thousands of dollars in revenue since starting in 2020. Now, her results are obviously exceptional, but they show what's possible. Other ideas? You could be a virtual assistant, manage social media for small businesses, or tutor online in a subject you nail. The crucial part is what they did with the money they made. Every single dollar of profit from that side hustle went directly back into the system. It didn't pay for a nicer car or fancier dinners. It was reinvested. Their $5 a month investment quickly became $50, then $200, then $500 a month, all funded by their profit engine. This is how you pour jet fuel on compound growth. You're no longer just relying on your 9-to-5 salary. You've created a totally separate income stream with one job: to build your wealth. It's a powerful feedback loop. The more the side hustle grows, the faster your investments grow, and the closer you get to that $50,000 a year goal. CTA. If you're finding this breakdown useful and want more real-world strategies for building wealth from scratch, do me a quick favor and hit that subscribe button. We drop videos like this every week to help you lock in your financial freedom. The roadmap. Step 3, the financial firewall. Okay, the third and final piece of this plan is the least sexy, but it's what holds everything together. It's the financial firewall, and it's all about smart saving and intentional spending. Building this firewall doesn't mean you have to live like a monk. It's not about never eating out again or canceling every single subscription. It's about being ruthlessly efficient with your money so you can pour as much fuel as possible into your investment and side hustle engines. Our average Joes started by automatically saving, just like their investments. They set up automatic transfers to a high-yield savings account on payday. This is the pay-yourself-first rule, in action. Before any money went to bills or fun, a piece was firewalled off for their future. Next, they did a financial audit. They tracked every dollar for a month to find the leaks, and they always find them. Forgotten subscriptions, that daily coffee, mindless online shopping. Just by plugging a few of these leaks, they freed up an extra $50 to $100 a month. That money, added to the side hustle profits, hit the accelerator on their investment timeline. This firewall does two things. First, it frees up more cash to feed your wealth-building system, and second, it builds a cash cushion that protects you from life's curveballs. When the car breaks down, you don't have to sabotage your progress by selling investments. You've got a dedicated fund to handle it. This three-part system, the automatic investor system, the profit engine, and the financial firewall, all work together. The firewall finds the money, the profit engine creates more money, and the investor system puts all of it to work, compounding day and night. The results. So what happens after you actually commit to this plan? The results were way bigger than just a number in a bank account. Yes, they hit and often blew past the $50,000 a year income stream from their investments and scaled up businesses, but the real change was in their lives. For the first time, they felt what true financial freedom is like. This isn't about buying yachts. It's about having options. It's the freedom to leave a job you can't stand without another one lined up. It's the security of knowing your assets are paying your bills, not just your labor. It's being able to take a vacation without swiping a credit card, or to help out a family member without a second thought. One person was able to leave their corporate job to run their business full-time from a workshop at home, letting them spend more time with family. Another scaled their side hustle while still in college, eventually generating over $500,000 a year from an idea that started in their parents' apartment. The money just became a tool to build the life they actually wanted, instead of a source of nonstop stress. They proved that the ultimate flex isn't a fancy car. It's the quiet confidence of knowing you control your financial destiny. It's the peace of mind that comes from a system that works for you even while you sleep. Conclusion. The path from $5 a month to $50,000 a year isn't some fairy tale. It's a marathon, not a sprint, and it's built on discipline, consistency, and a smart, repeatable system. Let's recap the roadmap.
It kicks off with step 1, the automatic investor system, where you start small and build the habit of consistent automatic investing. Then you hit the gas with step 2, the profit engine, by launching a low-cost side hustle and reinvesting all the profits. And finally, you protect it all with the financial firewall by optimizing your savings and cutting out waste. Every single person who pulled this off started right where you might be today, with a little bit of cash and a huge desire for more. They weren't financial wizards, they were regular people who followed a simple but powerful plan. The most important thing to take away from this is that the best time to start was yesterday. The second best time is right now. You don't need to have it all figured out. You just have to begin. Open that investment account, brainstorm that side hustle, set up that automatic savings transfer. Start with just $5. Your journey to financial freedom can literally begin today. Thanks for watching. If this video gave you that spark to start your own journey, let us know in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe for more no-fluff financial strategies. We'll see you in the next one.